Hello everybody. So today is patch day. I'm a little late. It's almost 12 o'clock at night. But Maui is in the game. Big ol' Maui. What can I say? Okay, you know what I mean. But either way, I don't know what his kit is. I'm not really gonna look over it. Probably better if you guys just go to high res and see that. But I don't know what he is. I'm assuming he's like a warrior or a guardian. I would assume he's a guardian. But that's just my assumption. Some of these skins are also really cool. This Scylla skin's fucking sick. And this Raw skin's also kind of cool. But either way, let's get down to the fun part. What the fuck? Chibi Thor? That's cool. This skin's cool too. What the hell? Look at them having cool skins. It's crazy. Alright, I just want to get to the patch. Quality of life. Updated CC bar icons. Okay, Mez is sleepy. Yes, because you're sleeping when you're Mez most of the time. And then Root's a different icon. Okay, so it's like different icons. Banish now uses the stun icon. Madness now uses the taunt icon. And Distort now uses the stun icon. Disorient. What is a disorient? Who the fuck has a disorient? Is that like a Jormungandr too? Slippy surfaces. Alright, whatever. I'm not going through all that. Okay, game mode changes. This is Conquest. So, the Naga, I don't remember what the Naga is, but it seems like it's a little harder to kill. Alright. The Scepter's damage is decreased. Okay, I don't think that matters all too much because it doesn't do that much damage. It's probably gonna help it clear, or have it not clear camps all that much. So like, so the support can't just solo camps. Gold Fury. Decrease the reward by 20. Base health made it a little easier to kill. Made the protections a little lower. Made the power a little lower. So just overall making the Gold Fury easier to kill, but only a little bit of a disadvantage. Or only a little bit of a gold loss, which actually is not that bad. Then you have the Primal, which is just the power decrease. But late game it's gonna hit harder. I think that's what this is pretty much meaning. And then the Pyro. Oh, they did. Oh, this is the Primal and the Oni. Never mind, I'm tripping. And this is the Primal. So the Primal is not gonna give you as much. It's also a little easier to kill. So overall, they're making it easier to kill, but not as much benefit. But not that much of a different benefit. So either way, it's gonna be overall easier for everyone to kill these. So not a bad change. Beads. Okay. Players are now able to use beads at any time they're alive. Including... Oh, so you can use it in the middle of your abilities now. So you can use it like pre-jump or like during leaps and channeled abilities? Okay, this is weird. This is a huge change. Holy shit, this is massive. That is like... Oh man. I don't even know how... If I would be so pissed if like... I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna stun this Merlin from using his one, and then he just fucking beads it in the middle of him channeling his fire one, and then I die. I would be beyond furious. And that's probably gonna happen. Okay, but either way, this does make channeled gods a little better. Like, Isis can now actually kind of be used in the mid lane a little bit more than people have been using her in support. Because she can actually use her one without really getting punished if she has her beads. But again, it's beads. It has a cooldown, a pretty long cooldown. So overall, this is a huge change for most of the cast. Okay. You now only get the penetration when it's fully involved. Not that big of a deal, but definitely better. So that way, like, you have to get this stacked for it to really provide benefit, but overall not that big of a deal. This item now provides 10% magical precision when it's evolved. Okay, this is not percent, this is flat. So this one gives you flat, and then this one gives you, or this one gives you percent, and this one gives you flat. So that's a good change. It actually makes Book of Thoth worth building because nobody's really building Book of Thoth right now. Chiron's Coin is getting 10 more damage. That's fine. Chiron's Coin's a weird item. You build it when you really need to, or it's like a niche item, but it's not a bad item. A little more damage will make it a little more appealing to go into. This is a huge nerf to Silver Branch Bow, and I actually like this a lot. Making it cost 150 more it makes it not really worth buying into, and then even having it taken down by 5 damage. It's only 5, but you have to think like how often you're really getting the benefit of the passive. The passive is only really coming out on most characters with stims. If you're, my hair looks like shit by the way because I just washed it, but with most characters with stims, if you build like max attack speed, if you don't have a stim on your character, other than like Wind Demon, you're not really getting much of a benefit with Silver Branch, maybe except for like maybe up to 5 extra damage with the passive, and then it will really buff up with the stim if your character's a stim, like Kernenbog or Rama or Artemis. Like those characters do really well, but on top of that, you have to put a lot into attack speed, which isn't really that big of a benefit because they're definitely like better options overall. That's 10 physical penetration on hunters because you're mainly building this on hunters. You're not really building this on any other character. You're mainly building this on hunters, but that's huge. That means that like Gauntlet is really gonna be important. Devour really is gonna be important. And you might kind of, especially because Trans got nerfed, you might see Gauntlet, you might see Devours more. But we will see. We will see. Decrease cost on Heartseeker. This item is expensive. And then decrease the physical power requirement from max 6% bonus damage to 400, 350. Okay. I mean, to be honest, when they start getting into the percentage shit, I don't really understand. Especially because I don't use this item all that much. But I think this is fine. Decreasing the cost is really good though. Whether if they nerf the passive, which I feel like this is a passive nerf, could be a buff, but again, I don't fucking know. Percentages are weird. But 150 less is really good. Especially when you're behind or if you're ahead, getting this item is, like, it would definitely help a lot. Heart Ward. So just added it to 20 instead of 15. Fine. Same thing with this. Fine. Decrease time to gain stacks from 10 to 8. That's a huge buff. 8 seconds, extra 2 seconds is actually really crazy, especially over time. The more you have this, it's gonna add up. But, like, that's a huge buff. Decreased shield from 1% of your max XP to 0.75 per hit. Slight nerf, but a decent nerf because Bancroft's Claw is really good. It's a decent nerf. I see Manticore Spikes, one of the most broken items in the game. Increased cost. That's it. Okay. Alright, just 200 more gold. I don't really see that doing much. This item is still worth buying in most scenarios. Okay, and then the hoops, the flower hoops, is just adding another increased cost. This item's okay, honestly. I wish the base stats were a little more, like, balanced for both, like, magical and physical, but I think it's just magical protections and no physical protections, so it's a really weird item to build into depending on what you already have. But it's not a bad change. I mean, 100 more, it's fine. course, like updated visuals, we'll see that better in game. Screech for Kamazats, gonna do a little more damage. That's perfectly fine. This ability is just really good for like mid game. So having this be able to proc or do a little more damage is better. Thor is getting a pretty huge, looks like buffs all around. Decreased mana, that's actually really big. 15 at the end. That's actually really big, especially in the early game. 55, 15 just flat. That's really good. This ability now deals This ability now what? This ability now deals damage. So all enemies hit by the initial line. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is gonna be the same problem they did with Athena, where when they added damage on Athena's 2, it made her fucking broken as hell. And they had to nerf it so much. And her other abilities so much. Now they're gonna have to do the same things. They have to nerf the other abilities too, but they haven't done that. So, oh man, Thor's coming back. Thor's coming back. The MAUI patch. God damn, he's gonna hurt. He's gonna hurt. Like 30 is not all that much because you remember you're most likely doing this ability last, unless you're weird and you do it second. I mean, you could do it second if you're doing crazy things. But like overall, that 30 damage plus scaling, like in the mid game, is actually gonna hit pretty hard. Anvil. The bonus effects of this ability also trigger with the damage. Okay, so that means when you hold down, your little electric field thing that you do will also apply to the 2. So there's a little extra damage on the 2. So again, it's gonna make this really strong. Ganesh. Decreased self-slow by 5%. That's helpful, but didn't need to be done. Decreased cooldown. Now this decreases cooldown while you level, that's huge. 12 seconds is crazy. And wait, moving on to Guardians, Ganesha has seen a bit of SPL play, but has been struggling across the rest of the game, even in high MMR ranked. Alright, that's a very dumb thing to say, but okay. Athena. Decreased cooldown. Now this scales down, that's actually huge. I'm surprised they just now did this. It's actually a huge buff. And then Defender of Olympus, Athena now gains 35 damage mitigations while channeling this ability. It's great. And then the damage mitigation to target ally is increased by 5. So overall, this is really good for both persons getting hit. So this is actually just beautiful. Beautiful change for Athena. Definitely makes it a little better to use in the middle of a fight, or even try to escape. She can take a little bit more damage, but this is also just really good. Her ult is one of the best ultimates in the game. So, yeah. Hercules. Basic attack speed increased. Honestly, does not matter all that much, but it's funny. Base power increase per stack from his passive from 2 to 4. That might actually be really huge, because his passive makes him very strong at like level 1 through 5. So now that it stacks a little bit more, which I don't know how many times it stacks, but that's a lot of damage. Especially because now his attack speed's a little bit faster, he can swing a little faster. It's not that much faster, but this will be fun. I play a lot of Hercules. Not recently, but he's definitely one of my most played gods. So this is good for me, because I like Hercules. Especially in solo, and he's really fun in support. Tyr now provides a 50% of benefits, while in the opposite stance. I'm gonna be honest, that's a whack change. That's a whack change. You're telling me now, no matter which side he's on, he gets that benefit, it's just half? That's boring. The main reason why the switch chances is a thing, the switch stances is a thing, so that way he can use the defense side to make sure he's surviving and healing and doing good, and then the damage side so he can poke and do damage and try and kill people. Now it's like, oh, either way he gets half the benefit either way. So when he's on damage side, he's going to be a lot more tankier. When he is on tanky side, he's going to be a lot more. He's going to have a lot more damage. That's just not fun. This is not a fun change. This is a change that's going to make him kind of unbearable with the right players. With most players, it's not really going to do that much, but good tier players are going to make. It is going to show why this is a bad idea. Shiva. Increased movement speed buff and bliss. Okay, by 5. That's not bad. Increased protections from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so protection reduction. This is fine. I don't play much Shiva. I don't really know how good Shiva is recently. I know he was really good when he first came out. But he's kind of like fallen off a bit when people learn how to play against him. He's kind of an interesting character too. He takes some time to kind of learn. But I think that's a decent buff. Not too strong, but not too weak. And then is this 2? This is 2. Attack speed debuff from 25 to 30. That's actually pretty good. That's actually fine. Attack speed increase and bliss and attack speed debuff. This is fine. Makes his poke a little bit better in solo, and then in team fights, this would just make it a little better for hunters and attack speed characters. Not bad. Small changes, not like specifically damage changes, but like all around like team-based changes that only really work for people who actually play like the game properly. So this is fine. Morgan Le Fay. I guess they reverted this. That's the 3. They took the cooldown back down, and they decreased the cooldown up to 1. Just decreased cooldowns. They reverted her back. That's fine. She they did kind of those small nerfs. They kind of bring her down quite a bit, but she's good though. More reverts. I like how they're actually reverting things, and they say when they revert it, like, all right guys, we fucked up. Like, we fucked up. Like 5 years ago, not even 5 years ago, like pre-COVID, they would have never done that. Pre-COVID, they would have been like, you know what, guys, we fucked up, but we're gonna leave it and we're gonna change the rest of the game. Now it's like, all right, we fucked up, we're gonna change it back, and we're gonna find something else. This is better. Ever since that fuck up they did with Freya's kit, they're actually reverting shit. It's so much better. Now, these buffs, I don't really remember when they did this, but they're looking to buff Chronos in a future update. But these are fine. Chronos, or not Chronos, Soul needs a little bit more damage in the early game, but like at least her ability wise, her late game is really good. Her early game kind of struggles. But that's just because that's the type of character she is. She's a mage ADC. That's just gonna happen. What? They're buffing Giannis. 2 seconds off the threshold. That is interesting. And that's a big scale. That's 15%. That's huge. Especially for a character who builds all damage. It's gonna make his ult hit a lot harder than his ult already does. Now you can't one-shot people with the ult anymore because that's a dumb change they did a while ago, which they should revert. But this is gonna make his ult hit very hard. It's a fine change, but something they really didn't need to give him any more damage. On her, increased base damage. Wow, they're starting the Impale Alpha at 100 damage. It's 15 through all levels. It's actually really good. Really good for early game. His early game damage is going to be strong, and then 5% on scaling. That's also plus the scaling. And you build a good amount of power on him, so on her's damage is going to be quite fucking hard. Quite high. His fucking damage is going to hurt. But we will see. He's one of those skill-based players. You can't just do dumb shit and then expect to do good. You actually have to play the game properly and hit your shit. Well, I always say he has 4 skill shots in his kit. Yeah, I understand that one ability has no damage to it, but being able to put that pillar down to block people off, to do the 1-2 combo, it takes skill. It's not easy to do. Alright, Charybdis. Spike shot, increase the damage of it by 5. Not too bad. This ability hurts late game. This will help its early game damage. Late game, it's gonna make it really hard. But overall, not a bad change. And then his 2 looks like by 10 per level. Not bad. Not a bad change. A small change to help him maybe poke a little bit better. Not bad. That's fine. You use this ability to clear. You use this ability to poke. It's fine. Ishtar nerfs. Nerfs. Final patch too. So Ishtar. Increased duration from 5 seconds to 6. Alright, that's a buff. Never mind. Increased damage of Storm Shot. Which one's that? I don't know which one Storm Shot is. Is that the AoE? Or I don't remember what Storm Shot is. But they increased that by 5. And then by Strike Shot. I don't like these changes. They're buffing her. Like, these are huge. They might be small, but that's huge. Rolling Thunder, this is her 2. Her 2 does very low damage. Them actually bringing the damage over the 2 is, I find, fine. I think that's okay, because her 2 does not do any fucking damage at all. But she does hurt. Ishtar is very good, and then buffing her is crazy. And she's really good in duel right now, too. So duel players are gonna hate this. Either way, that was the patch. Let's go back up to MAUI. I'm gonna read some of Maui's stuff. Because MAUI seems really fun. He seems cool as hell. An enemy god is hard control near MAUI. They're marked for duration. Crowd control for 2 additional seconds afterwards. If MAUI's basic attacks that enemy with his mark, the next basic attack becomes enhanced. Any gods hit by MAUI's enhanced basic attacks are pulled towards him. What the fuck? I'll have to watch this. Because this looks crazy. Holy shit, that looks crazy. Holy shit, hold on, wait a second. Hold on, wait a second. Wait a second. Where he at? Where he at? Is it towards the end? I don't care about any sound. He looks cool as hell. Alright, what the fuck are they about to do? He's a mage? What the fuck? What the fuck? MAUI charges up his spinning hook. Bro, huh? Okay, that's his passive. No, wait. He's a guardian. He just has he's like a whip. He actually has like further range basic attacks. That's actually cool. I fuck with that. I like that a lot. Oh, and they hit through. Oh god. Okay. Can you get to the meat? I want to see abilities. I want to see abilities. They're just doing weird shit. They always just do weird shit. Can you throw ability out? I need to see an ability. Because that ultimate looked crazy. Okay, this is the one. Never mind, it's not the one. He's not gonna throw it. Come on, Pon, throw the one. Fuck me, I'm trying to show this. But I can't. I'm about to just say fuck it. Yes, we get it. It's range auto attacks. I understand. I just want to see the abilities. Fucking Christ. Okay, there we go. This is the one. Holy shit. Okay, so it charges, it looks like. And it's gonna release some damage. So it charges up, and when he refires, it appears a tactile enemy and stops the first guy to hit and reels them in. So he has two pools. He has his passive pool, and then he has his one pool. That's kind of crazy. This man got two CC pools. Oh, and he just fucking drags them. He's like fucking get over here, motherfucker. He's reeling them in like a fish. Oh, that's cool. I actually really fuck with that. I hope he's a guardian, not a mage. Alright, they just keep showing the one. Alright, is this the two? Are you doing the two? Can I get something else? No, you're just doing the one again? Alright. Yes, just keep doing the one. I'm sure there's a bunch of weird little effects they're showing. Yes, you can pull them into the tower. That's obvious. Okay. Alright, this is the two, it looks like. The fuck is this? Okay, let me read what this does. This might even be the three. Maui throws an Ula, magical, made of water, blah blah blah, exploding on landing, giving all allied gods that are using protections. Oh, he's 100% a guardian. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so this doesn't do any damage. This is just an ally thing. Okay. It's just an ally buff. Oh, that's a wide-ass radius. My god. That's a huge-ass radius. So I'm on initial landing, it does stuff, but I think if you're among the other ones, it does something else. Okay. They keep showing. They're showing the same ability off for a long time. That's the three, so he's just swinging. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Does that have any CC? It doesn't look like it. He just swings and does damage. Oh no, stunning. Stunning all enemies while slamming into the ground. That's a lot of damage too. That's a cool ability. It looks really cool. Landfall. Now the ultimate is what I saw him do at the start, where they fucking launch some shit out of the sky. Okay, can you show the ult? Oh shit. What the fuck? He just yoinked an island out of the ground. Comes CC immune, leaps into the air, he throws a hook, pulls it, knocking up all enemies. Alright, so like a mini Poseidon ult, but a lot easier to hit, it looks like. It makes you CC immune. So it's literally just Poseidon ult. This is just Poseidon ult. The island remains on the battlefield, blocking enemy player movement. Maui can reactivate this ability to destroy the island, and it creates a wall. Wow. So it's a big knockup area, so it's a big Poseidon ult that creates a huge ass fucking wall to block people off. So creating this in the cut, in the jungle, is crazy. To kind of block people off. That's insane. Wow. Either way, see y'all later.